Hey there everybody, welcome to our new Friday Blacklist video. We are officially now kicking off our summer series. We have one of these for you every week talking about some facet related to the show.
Every single Friday we will be here with you talking about Blacklist, bringing us into the fall where it will be back. Or will it? Where that kind of leads us into what we're going to be talking about today, which is sort of what is the future of the show? We know that it has been renewed for season 9, but there have been some big changes that have happened. People leaving the cast. John Bokenkamp left as creator. The ratings were not great. So we're going to sort of talk about what that means for season 9.
So we hope that you guys are numbers nerds and love sort of thinking about this sort of stuff, because we'll tell you a lot of the stuff we've researched and we've figured out and what NBC sort of looks for with the future of the Blacklist, but then also what the studio looks for. James Spader, we'll take all of that into consideration as we determine whether or not season 9 could be the end of the road.
Yeah.
But before we go further, that subscribe button is there, so you know what? Why not click that? You know, we're gonna be back every Friday. We don't want you guys to miss out on any of those discussions.
Also follow us over on Instagram at Matt and Jess TV. We've got a little more personal stuff over there. Some of the new stuff we got. I got a lime tree. We got, a new plant. It's really exciting stuff over there. I'm selling this so well.
July 4th is coming, guys. You don't know what's going to happen.
That's true. The last time we had something like that, Matt made a crazy burger that was like patty and cheese and patty and cheese and then hot dogs. That is also over on the Instagram. That's better. That's better. And yeah, we do have July 4th coming up, so there will be more pictures.
We will see what happens.
Yeah.
Just like we will see what happens with the Blacklist.
Okay, so we all know that Megan Boone left the show. That was her last episode, was the finale. And then, like, the next day or whatever it was like the next day or something, John Bokenkamp, who's the creator of the show, also announced that he was leaving, which took us by surprise. The news about Megan had been out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Then it was announced that she's starting her own production company. And then it was announced that John Bokenkamp was also leaving the show, which is a pretty big move to have two major people from the show leave at once.
I was really wondering, over the last week, if we were going to find out more about the reasoning behind either of these moves, but everybody's been very, very sort of hush-hush about it, and whatever went down, and so it's kind of like, okay, I guess the show's moving forward. I guess John Eisendrath's probably the sole showrunner at this point.
Yeah, so for a while, and I'm not completely unafraid, I've been worried that even though it was renewed for season 9, I mean, we have seen shows get renewed and then be unrenewed. So I was a little bit worried, not really worried, but a little bit worried, like 20%, that there was a possibility that maybe it was just gonna get canceled, that there was too much, the boat had too many holes in it, and that they just weren't gonna be able to stop it. Because James Spader is amazing in every single thing he does. He really is. So I know that there's a lot of people out there that feel that he is enough to hold the whole show together. But once you lose the creator of the show as well, is when I started to be like, oh no.
It was worrisome, to say the least, and that worry is still there. I mean, I know that the writers are apparently already working on some stuff, so that gives me a tiny bit of hope, though we've seen writers work on things before, and then halfway through somebody comes in and is like, nope, stop your writing, put your pencils down.
Yeah, we've seen that more times than I would like to admit.
Yeah, so that is still possible, but provided that the season 9 still happens, which I'm reasonably hopeful for, there doesn't seem to be 1,000% confirmation on the episode count just yet. I'm sure Sony would like it to be 22 because they're the studio, they make the most money about it, but I don't know if that's what NBC wants.
Yeah, I just don't know. And once we get into the ratings, it might end up feeling like it has not been confirmed that season 9 is the last season, but I feel a little more like 50, 60, 70% that it is going to be the last season. I think losing those two major players is really going to hurt the show, especially since the whole story is we're going to get into another video down this summer on that of where the story is going to be going or where we think it's going to be going. I think it's going to be a very difficult shift after having 8 seasons be about one thing. And now all of a sudden that one thing is done. No real answers. Cool, let's move into new mystery. And I don't know how many people are really going to come for that ride.
I know that for me, I'm going into this with the expectation it's probably going to be the end. I mean, would I like another season if the story's really good in season 9?
Of course, yeah.
Sure, why not? But yeah, as we get into the ratings, this is why I worry.
Yeah, I mean, Matt mentioned in our last video the idea that maybe we would just get, not canceled, but a shorter season. So maybe like 9 episodes, 12 episodes, something like that.
Yeah, something like that I still think feels very, very much in play, especially when... So NBC, for the final episodes of season 8, they decided, and I think this is because there was a lot of like Olympic stuff happening in the summer, and I think they were also worried that people were going to go do other things on Fridays in the summer. They were like, okay, we're going to put the show on Wednesday night, but while that may sound great on paper... They put it Wednesday night at 10, so it's 2 hours later. Some people probably in bed. And then I don't think a lot of people knew that it was moving to Wednesday night.
Yeah, I think that the ratings reflect that because it doesn't make a lot of sense that they're going to take us on a, 8-year journey to get answers. And they were really pushing that we were getting answers in that last episode where it was like, oh, this is the actual Blacklist. Before we got to those answers, I think everyone was going to tune in to find out if we were actually getting answers or not. So my guess is just nobody knew it changed. Nobody knew it was on Wednesdays.
I think NBC straight up confused people. And like you look at the ratings for these last 2 episodes, like the second to the last one, Nachalo, where we had all the black and white stuff, it had 2.35 million viewers, which is low for the show. And to that point, this was the only episode in season 8 that averaged under 3 million people watching it live.
Yeah, so that's a big dip.
And then it dipped further in the finale, which really surprised me because I would have thought at that point, I don't know, you've been building up, it's the last episode, people would want to watch.
Yeah, a lot of us knew that we were leading to Megan's exit. That news had been out there for like 2 weeks or something. So we all knew it was coming, or most of us knew it was coming. So I don't know why people wouldn't be tuning in to see how it ends. But it dipped again. I
don't understand that. And I worry, obviously, that with how controversial that finale was, there's going to be a lot of people, and we've seen them in the comments already, being like, I don't want to watch season 9 now. And, if that is something that's actually like a mainstream viewpoint where like 30 or 40% of the audience feels that way, that ain't good for the future of the Blacklist.
No, it's not, because the finale was down almost 1 million viewers.
Yeah,
and if even 20 or 40% of the audience that has been on our channel that has said that they're not coming back for it, then this is going to end up being the final season. I don't see how it continues.
Here's if you're looking for silver lining, we don't want to completely
doom and gloom.
Yeah, here's where you can
Welcome.
Kind of feel. Okay, if you want sunshine and rainbows, here you go.
Here we go.
The show does really well on DVR.
That's right.
People watch it a lot after the fact on demand.
Yep.
It is extremely popular overseas.
Yes.
Very popular on Netflix.
And that means money, 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 money,
yes.
money. So they are likely going to be continuing on if they're able to make it work.
Yeah, and I think Sony, one of their executives did an interview with Deadline a while ago and sort of suggested that they would love to see many more seasons of the show. And, my reaction to that was, I'm sure you would, studio that profits more from the Blacklist than anybody else.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, too, is if they've lost John Bokenkamp, I'm sure that he wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
And they've lost Megan, and she's the female lead of the show. So I'm sure she wasn't cheap either. So you've lost 2 major salaries that the show doesn't have to pay out right now. So even if they take a little bit of a hit, they still have these 2 salaries that they are no longer paying for. So it might equal out even if the ratings are a bit lower, because as much as we've been a little bit doom and gloom, the truth of it is that Matt and I do not want to not have the Blacklist.
Yeah.
We are here until the wheels fall off. We are Blacklist fans through and through till the end. And
yes.
if that end is season 15, then bring it.
Maybe at that point we'd actually get an episode where Aram goes undercover as a carnival and we explore like his carny past.
That's
where
right.
He ran away to the circus. But
while he eats croissants in the corner.
Croissants for Aram. Okay, so the one other thing I really try to think a lot about here is, okay, whose decision is it going to be if it's like, okay, we're ending the Blacklist, we're shutting everything down.
Yeah.
First and foremost, it's probably NBC, because if the ratings aren't great, you know, they're the ones who are using the programming time to put it on, and if they think, oh, we can make more money with another show in that time slot, they're going to be merciless. Like, these are the people, look what they did to Manifest and Zoe's Playlist and Good Girls.
Absolutely. This is a business.
Yes.
Here's the hard talk, guys.
Yeah.
This is a business. So money is before creative, and it is before us, the fans, the fan following that want to have, you know, good stories and more stories and spend more time with Reddington and Dembe and Cooper and everybody, right? Like, yeah, we want that. I'm sure the creative team wants to be creative and make more stories, but if the money ain't there, it just doesn't matter, because they have to have the money to be able to have the production going, to pay James, to pay everyone. So it has to make money first.
Funny you mentioned James there, because he is really the only other factor that matters to this, to me, long term. Is I think everybody else can be replaced to some capacity. I'm not saying I want that, but if James leaves, the show is over. Like, there's no way you can do Blacklist without Reddington.
No, the show is over without James, but I've heard nothing about him leaving, so I'm sure he'll be back.
All right, well, we're continuing to cross our fingers that Season 9 is great, that it will have an explanation for a very controversial Season 8 finale.
Yeah, and we're going to have, I know that this video was more like what's happening with the future and what's been happening with the ratings, but throughout the summer, it's going to be, like next Friday, we're going to be talking more about what is sort of coming up story-wise. Who do we want to see, you know, maybe come in more, like Priya. Like, we have a lot of, you know, story stuff that's going to be coming up. And theories and all the fun stuff you guys like.
Yes.
Sorry, this is a little bit of a downer, but, you know, we just wanted to be always honest with you guys of sort of where things stand.
We are here to tell you the truth, and we're not going to make you wait 8+ seasons for it and give you a cliffhanger that drives you insane.
No, we will always be honest with you if we are, you know, don't like something, we like something.
Yeah.
And, you know, ratings isn't always the most exciting video, but it's important to know, because then it will make us all ready if it gets canceled. We're all here.
Yes, as you would say, get out your hard hats and just be prepared. But all right, well, let's hear from you guys. How long do you think the Blacklist is going? Is Season 9 it? Are you
15 more seasons? No.
Are we gonna have the Aram croissant caper involving the circus? Let us know. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video and all of our coverage. We'll see you here next time.